What's up, Michu? For today's video, we have a full dog Pokemon team. Scarlet and Violet introduced a lot of new dog-type Pokemon, dog Pokemon, and I actually thought I'd put them onto one team and redo one of the old classics here. Now, there was a couple of other Pokemon that I haven't used for a while to fill up the whole team of 6. I've got 3 battles today with the dog Pokemon team, and I really hope you enjoy. Let's get into this. Now, this first battle was absolutely incredible, probably one of the best battles you ever watch in your life. If you love the content, people, and you want to support the channel, make sure you do leave a like there and tell me what dog Pokemon you like the best. Ruff, let's get into it, people. So first battle here, this is against B. Now these battles were all done randomly on the on the Wi-Fi, and we got a Palafin using a flip turn here. Now this Houndoom set is quite unique. I've tried to make it a real slow utility sort of set. So I've got on this one a new move called Comeuppance. And what that does, it works the same way virtually as Metal Burst does, so it dishes that double damage back. The only thing about it, it doesn't have a negative priority, so I actually make this Houndoom really slow. So I've got Max Attack as my EVs, and that's it, no other EVs. I've got Protect, Comeuppance, Reversal, and Sucker Punch. Item is going to be Focus Sash, and the ability is Unnerve, as you got to see. Swing comes to Palafin, as I knew that was going to happen, so I was like, let's just go for Sucker Punch here. Houndoom actually gets a Sucker Punch off, which is really nice, and the Palafin is going to be a more offensive set, going for Aqua Tail. I thought they may just go for Jet Punch there. Aqua Tail just looks like a blue little squiggle. So that's going to be the end of the Houndoom. That's all good, and now I'm going to show you how to use Houndstone Pip Knight style, right? So this is going to be a far more interesting set than this usual Last Respect set. This is a bulky defensive fluffy set, and I actually had a lot of success with it, which is really cool. So they're going to try and flinch me there with the Zen Headbutt. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Didn't matter what move they were using, I was going to be living it. Now this is Fluffy as the ability. What Fluffy does, the Pokemon is going to take half damage from contact moves, and it will take 2 times damage from fire moves. So I don't expect Palafin to have any fire type moves here unless they're running like Terror or something like that. So I easily tank this out. Now, the EV spread here is going to be Max Health and Max Special Defense, Careful Nature, and I've got the moves Rest, and I've got Body Press, Hex, and Will-O-Wisp, so it all sort of works nicely as one. You wouldn't believe how effective this set was against lots of other teams that I battled today. I was shutting down their physical attackers like easy peasy, and really powerful ones too, like Palafin here, for example. So now I've taken a little bit of damage there. I have actually got the Toxic Spikes on my side of the field, 1 layer from Glimora's ability, so I'm going to be going for a Rest here. Now, the item is going to be Chesto, bro. I thought about going for a Rest Sleep Talk set, but I wanted to actually have that immediate wake up so I could start going for Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that. So the Palafin is literally on its last legs here, or last little flipper, and it's going to try and flinch me there. They can't do anything. Their Palafin is completely shut down, and I played them perfectly. So Palafin is going to be fainting, and Glimora is down. So an excellent start to the battle. Now, the next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Dragapult. So like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So Dragapult, I thought they might go for a special move here. It's gone for Phantom Force. So like, okay, this is going to be very interesting to see whether I can live this attacking move. So here comes the Phantom Force. Houndstone is going to live that one very well considering, and it's a Life Orb set as well. It's like, man, that's really good. So I managed to live the attack, and I got the Will-O-Wisp off on the Dragapult there. So like, maybe I could get a Rest off here. Maybe I could get a Hex KO. Here it comes. I want to see whether I can live this next attack. So the Dragapult, interestingly enough, is going to be a mix set going for Draco Meteor. That is going to end Houndstone. So good play there by my opponent. I did expect them to bring a special set, but not a mixed one. So Houndstone, quality performance there, gold medal performance. So now the Dragapult has lost a bit of health. It's got that burn on it. I'm going to bring in my Dachsbun here. So this is going to be a actual special set, which is pretty cool. So I've got Pataya Berry as the item. I've got Well-Baked Body. I got a Well-Baked Body. You know what I mean there. And we've got Draining Kiss, Terra Blast, Hyper Beam, and Work Up. So I've got Terra Fairy there, and we've got the EV spread as Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, and Max Speed. It is quite a bad special attacker, which is why I wanted to use it. So this is pretty cool. So in comes the Scissor. I went for the Work Up here. So I was like, okay, well, Scissor's probably going to go for Bullet Punch or Sword Dance or one of those sort of things. So I'm thinking, what should I do? So I keep it in. Maybe I should just go for a Hyper Beam here. I was like, you know what? Let's go for the Hyper Beam. So Scissor's going to go for a Bullet Punch here. The Dachsbun lives on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. And the merch is available, people. I've got that Potato Berry boost, and now I can go for a Hyper Beam. No strings attached because there's going to be no recharge at all, and I did a quality amount of damage there to a resisted attack. So that was top stuff there. Another gold medal performance there by Dachsbun. Now half my team's gone, but it's all good. I'm having a lot of fun at the moment, and now I'm going to bring in Arcanine. So this is a special Arcanine set, and this actually performed pretty well. So in the team preview, I knew the opponent had 2 Dragon-type Pokemon. I was like, I actually think either Dragapult or one other Pokemon is going to swap into Fire Blast, right? Or my Fire move. They don't know that I've got a special set so far. So I went for the Dragon Balls, predicting one of those 2 Pokemon, and in comes Hydreigon. It's like, excellent, that's awesome. I got some free super effective damage there. Now, Arcanine's special attack isn't the greatest in the world, so it didn't do a lot of damage, but it did a lot more than Fire Blast would have done, plus Fire Blast could have even missed too. So swapping out the Arcanine, it is Assault Vest set, max attack and max special attack, pretty cool. And I'm going to go into Mabosstiff here. So this is an interesting Pokemon, and I'm actually running a Stakeout set. Now, this Pokemon also gets a bit the Houndoom as well, but I actually wanted to run a Stakeout set because I thought it'd be a little bit more of a challenge. So we've got a Terra Hydreigon here, and it's going to be a Terra Electric. So it's like, okay, this is interesting. I wonder what they were going for on the Arcanine here. Obviously, they were predicting an Arcanine in the field, and they went for Surf. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So that would have done a lot of damage to Arcanine, almost taking out, or definitely. So I've got the red card Stakeout combination here, and this is a Payback Psychic Fang's Fire Fang Retaliate set. And I've got max health and max attack Adamant Nature. So in comes Breloom. Things are not looking good at the moment. It's like, man, I think they're just going to go for a Mach Punch here, but they don't know one thing, right? They don't know that I've got Terra Psychic Fang, so I can go for the Psychic Terra. I believe that I can absolutely live the attack there, being resistant, and then I can finish off the Psychic Fang. So what I did right, I went for the Terra Psychic Fangs. If this lands, this will easily take out the Breloom there. So go for that Psychic Mabosstiff here, and this was crazy. So my opponent actually made a very good play here, but because they didn't know right if I was going to swap into the Arcanine. Like, I feel like they were going to go for Spore, they'll swap into the Arcanine, predicting the Mach Punch and Intimidate, but they didn't know that I had Psychic Fangs. That was the only reason I believe they went for the Spore there. So if I didn't have the Psychic Terra there, I would have definitely swapped into the Arcanine, and they would have put me to sleep. So that was a good play there, but I had that little Terra up my sleeve. So that's that really sorted the battle out there at a critical moment. So in comes the Scissor. I've got the Fire Fang too. Scissor is down. Mabosstiff is coming in absolute clutch here. So we've got 2 more Pokemon left on the outside of the opponent. And we got the next Pokemon here being the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon is going to have that Dank Pulse here, and it's going to finish me off. It's going to be super effective because I am a Psychic type. That's fine. Excellent performance there by the Mabosstiff. So we've got 2 more Pokemon left on my side of the field and 2 Pokemon on the other side. Next Pokemon is going to be the Arcanine. I've got the Assault Vest. I'm feeling confident about this. So I've got that attack drop, which is not really going to matter too much there. I went for Retaliate, and it didn't faint it. I was like, man, it was so close. And now the Hydreigon is going to go for a Surf here on my Arcanine. Arcanine lives thanks to the Assault Vest, and I can simply go for another attacking move here. Any attacking move will take it out. I went for Dragon Pulse. However, if you did notice, the Toxic Spikes is on the field, and my Arcanine is going to faint to that at the same time. So we are both down to our very last Pokemon here. What a crazy battle this has been. And so we got the Dragapult left from earlier on before, and I've got my last Pokemon, which is going to be Lycanroc Midnight. It's like, okay, I know that I'm going to get outsped here. This is bad. So I've got No Guard as my abilities. I'm like, they're just going to go for Draco Meteor No Guard, right? So I've got an interesting set here. I've got Trailblaze, Rock Blast, Sword Dance, and Fire Fang. Loaded dice as the item, max speed and max attack Adamant Nature. So they've popped a Draco Meteor on the Lycanroc. I've lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. I've lived on that 1 health. I've gone for the Rock Blast here. I've popped it off, people. I can land 4 in a row minimum with the loaded dice item, and that is the end of the first battle. What a crazy battle there. That was absolutely insane. Like, I don't think you'll ever get to see a better battle than that, or it's definitely up there for the best battles you probably ever watched. Thank you, B, for the battle, whoever you are. Let me know in the comment section if you ever do see this video, and let's get on to battle number 2. What a live there. 2 1 health lives those in one battle. I really feel like I predicted like almost perfectly in that battle too. All right, next battle here. This is a interesting Pokemon, Low Kick. So we got a Terra Low Kicks on the very first turn. Now, I'm not really sure what my opponent's trainer name here as well. I think we got another Japanese player. So we got a Bug Terror here, and I've got my Houndoom. So as my Houndoom set, I like to lead with it because a lot of Pokemon would have, like, you know, Toxic Spike, Spike, Stealth Rock, so that would wreck my focus strategy. So we're going to have a first impression. That would have really, really hurt. So now they can't use that again, because that only works on the very first turn. So I went for comeuppance. They're going to go for the Terra U-turns. Like, okay, the next Pokemon that comes in here is going to get absolutely annihilated, right? That's what I'm thinking too. Like, you watch this. So I've got the Focus Sash. I've got Life Orb on top of that. Man, that's doing some crazy damage. And the Low Kicks is going to be swapping out. I guess that's a play on like a Locust. So in comes the Dunsparce there. I've gone for the come up. It's like, watch this, right? It lived on 1 health. Like, what is going on? So I was like, okay, I think they're going to predict me going for Sucker Punch. You know, I just went for a reversal. I was like, I might outspeed it. And they went for the Glare instead. So I was actually really lucky I didn't go for Sucker Punch there. That makes me think they did expect Sucker Punch. Like, maybe on the set that I was running, like, well, they're probably running a slow set with comeuppance, so they probably got Sucker Punch. And this 100% guaranteed that you know, they knew that I had Sucker Punch. So they went for the Stealth Rock instead, and now the Houndoom has to go for maybe another Sucker Punch here or reversal. I actually went for reversal here, and they're going to go for a Mortal Spin, taking out my Houndoom. So they definitely knew that I had Sucker Punch before I even used it. So now next Pokemon here is going to be the Mabosstiff, and this Mabosstiff set, I'm trying to get this happening. So I'm going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage here. Now they're going to go for a Mortal Spin. Now, Mortal Spin 100% poisons you when you get hit by it too. So now that's going to activate my, not my eject pack, my red card there. They're all very sort of unique items making you swap. And in comes the Grafify. So I was like, this is going to be interesting. I wonder what sort of set they're running. So I've got the full base power stakeout. It still lived it. So very, very bulky set for sure. Like max health, max defense 100%. But Mabosstiff did like a really, really good amount of damage there. I was absolutely happy with this. Now, this is really annoying. What they did right is they started stalling me at this point in the game because they had Protect and they had leftovers. So I was like, I need to land one more payback against this thing unless it gets like a decent amount of health back, which I don't think it can, you know. It's only got leftovers and it needs something like rest. Anyway, so the Mabosstiff is going to take some damage there from the poison, and now they're going to go for a Subjuice. Like, oh, what they're doing is they're basically just stalling me out. Now, I could actually swap out here, but I was thinking to myself, I don't really want to swap in another Pokemon. What I want to do, I want to try and pressure them on a low amount of health. You know, even if it costs me Mabosstiff, I can come in and finish them off afterwards. I have to play it this way. You know, I just don't want to sacrifice any other Pokemon, and I don't want to allow this to get another Substitute up and stuff like that. So Mabosstiff has got like, you know, 1 or 2 more good turns left in it here, and now they're going to swap it out because they know they can't use like another Protect or Stall for much longer, and we got the Glimmora coming in. I went for Psychic Fangs this turn and did a humongous amount of damage to it. It's got the Focus Sash, and now the Toxic Debris is going to be on the field here. And that's going to be another round of Toxic Spikes, which is really annoying. So they had all the entry hazards on the field working for them at the same time, which is a really big thing, you know, like taking a lot of damage and being poisoned. So now they're going to go for Endure here, and that's going to be, you know, them obviously stalling me out another turn too. I just went for any attacking move. I think I went for Retaliate. Retaliate looks okay, but I wish they actually did a different background there. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like in the Gen 8, they had like a colorful background, whereas that one's just sort of like the crown. So Mabosstiff is literally on its last legs here, and now they're going to throw a Memento at me, dropping my stats by 2. So like, okay, fair enough. I think what they're going to do now is bring in their Grafify again and go for Protect, and then I'll just faint, you know, and they'll get an extra round of leftovers. But that's okay. It's fine. I have to get around these Pokemon eventually, right? So taking my last toxic damage there before I faint, in comes the Grafify again. I actually have to try this Pokemon out. I've done it a couple of times, but it's pretty interesting. So now they're going to go for that Protect. And it makes me sort of wonder too, is Smeagol ever going to be back in the game? Like, I don't know, I doubt it. So we just went for Psychic Fangs there again, and this can basically do any attacking move and finish me off, or the Toxic is just going to finish me off. It doesn't really matter too much. So bye-bye Mabosstiff, but a pretty good performance there, doing excellent damage to Grafify, finishing off that Glimmora as well. That big Psychic Fangs did a lot of damage. They definitely didn't expect that. So now I'm going to go into Dachsbun here. I can go for any attacking move. And you know what? This thing has annoyed me so much. I'm going to go for a Disrespect Terror. A Terror Blast. Just normal, you know. Got that stab. So they're going to go for the foul play there. Did nothing. Probably a little bit surprised it did so much damage. Or so little damage because I'm running a special set. So go for that Terror Blast. And that is the end of Grafify. So you're probably thinking, phew, that took a long time to take that out. This person did not stop the stalling. Like, they continued to stall for the rest of this battle. Like, watch this. So the next Pokemon here is going to be Lokix. Lokix is going to go for its first impression. I knew that it was coming, but there was absolutely nothing I could have done about that, especially with all those entry hazards on the field. I went for a Hyper Beam there. So I thought, if I live this one, I'm going to live it on a really low amount of health. So unfortunately, that didn't happen, and Dachsbun is going to be put in the oven. Next Pokemon's going to be Arcanine here, and I was looking through the team preview. I'm like, they're going to really struggle to swap a Pokemon in here because, you know, one of them is actually weak to fire as well. So I was like, let's go for Fire Blast. I don't think they can swap out here. They can't. You'll get to see why. And Lokix is going to get roasted there. You can actually, I'm pretty sure in some countries you can actually eat like, I don't know, like crickets or stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can. So that's going to be the end of 4 Pokemon. I'm really trying to hang into this battle. And the next Pokemon here is going to be the little Scovillian, like the little capsicum Pokemon. This is where the stall started again. Like, this person, like, they stalled hard. So this Pokemon, I've seen it a lot. People like to run it as like a bulky Lychee set with Moody at the same time. It's actually a real, like, really pain there. So if I can get like 2 Fire Blasts off, that should be enough to faint it. But the problem is getting 2 of them off. So they're going to have the recovery as well as leftovers. So go for Fire Blast. Excellent damage. Almost cooking the Capsicum in one shot there. I've got to say, I do like a nice Capsicum. Nicely roasted, you know. You can even get them like, I think you get like red, yellow. You get yellow ones as well. Is there any other color Capsicum? You get them green, red, and yellow? I think you get, maybe you can get like purple ones, or imagine a blue Capsicum. That'd be crazy. So anyway, I'm going to get hit by the Lychee there. At this point in time, remember, there's Stealth Rocks up in the field. There's Toxic Spikes. Arcanine really doesn't have a lot of options there. It's basically going to have to feint here to the Scovillian. I'm going to have to bring another Pokemon in to try and take this out because they're just constantly stalling. I'm going to say this right now. Just remember the amount of stalling they've done this battle when we get to, you know, the later stages of the game. Just remember that. So anyway, Scovillian's gone for another Protect here. Arcanine is virtually going to be, fainting this turn because there's, 2 layers of Toxic Spikes on the field, and the double toxic damage, the bad toxic damage plus the Leech Seed is doing a lot to Arcanine. Arcanine's fur is very pronounced in this game too, like extremely pronounced. So that's the end of Arcanine. I've got 2 more Pokemon left. I've got 2 more options. I'm thinking here, okay, I need to go into Lycanroc now. I know that I can outspeed this, and not only can I outspeed it, I've got a super effective attack with Rock Blast too. So we've got this Lycanroc going. I was thinking about going for Trailblaze to try and boost my speed. I was like, no, I don't want to take the risk. You know, they may try and go for Protect 3 times in a row, that sort of thing. So go for that Rock Blast there. Rock Blast is going to be landing twice, and that's enough to take it out. But yeah, I've got the item Loaded Dice, and what Loaded Dice does, it guarantees you 4 hits on a multi-hitting move. So perfect for a Pokemon like Lycanroc. Now the next Pokemon to come in here is actually going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be a new Pokemon we haven't seen in a while. It is going to be Sawsbuck. So Sawsbuck Summer, and this Pokemon's outspeeding me, going for the Trailblaze, almost taking him out there. I was like, this is crazy. So I went for the Fire Blast, the Fire Fang, getting my fire moves mixed up there. Sawsbuck gets burned, and I'm going to feint there to the poison on the field. So I've got 1 more Pokemon left, and this is pretty funny. So my last Pokemon is going to be Houndstone. Now, you remember how bulky this Houndstone was. So this Sawsbuck, I know Sawsbuck really well. It's probably going to go for like a neutral move here. I don't think it's got much to hit me with. So now I'm going to get that Stealth Rock damage. I'm going to get that badly poison here, and I can simply go for just Body Press to take it out. So it's going to go for the Trailblaze there. It does nothing really to me. I'm like, okay, that's GG. It wasn't GG because they've got a King's Rock as that item. Like, oh, you little troll. So now I'm like, I hope I don't get flinched all the way down to the poison. You know, poison is doing a lot more damage than that burn is going to be really close. So this turn, right, I went for the rest to get rid of the poison. They went for another Trailblaze here, and I just went for rest here. So rest is going to heal up that poison, and it's going to wake me up straight away, and then I can go for the Body Press or whatever attacking move there to finish off the Sawsbuck. Now, the moment I got that Chesto Berry activation there, and the next turn, the moment I click that button, remember how much they stalled? They cancel the battle. They instantly, like, come on, you stole for the whole battle. I pressed rest once and you cancel. It would have been quicker for them to press the A button and attack him. But anyway, thank you for the battle there, and thank you for stalling me out for like 20 minutes. Let's get on to the third and final battle. This is a battle against Lychee, and we've got a theme team here as well. I wonder if you can guess it in the comment section. If you can flutter into the comment section and let me know what it is. So first Pokemon here is going to be the Masquerade. It's going to be sticking a sticky web on the field. It's going to be sticking a sticky web on the field. That's top tier narration. Anyway, so getting that payback damage there, the Masquerade is going to be flying out. Actually, that would have been really good to have Hound Dog ability there, you know. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be the Brawlerona. So you might be able to see from these, Pokemon nicknames what this team could be. So first impression is going to dominate me there. I was max health, but this thing does have a fair bit of attack. So I was hoping I could land on like 1 or 2 health and get my ability to activate, but it never happened. Next Pokemon's going to be Dachsbun here. I have to say, I really do like bread. You know, bread's nice. You know, that fresh, you get that bread right, the fresh bread right out of the, if you've ever had a bread maker before, or oven, there's nothing better than fresh, a bit of crust there, nice soft, white fluffy bread, or like wholemeal, anything like that. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, is anyone getting hungry out there? So I'm going to get my work up here, boosting my special attack, because we got that draining kiss there, and this is like a swap air from the, I nearly call it the Volcarona. Next Pokemon is going to be the Iron Wing. So yes, I have done a team very similar to this one very, very recently, like Volcarona's evolution and form team, but that's not what this one is. So I can't do too much of this, and now the Iron Wings is going to be setting up the electric terrain, which is obviously going to activate its ability there. And this is actually quite a good Pokemon. I ran like a bulky set on this. I run like sweeping sets. They all work really, really well. So it's going to get a special attack boost there. You know what? I just went for the Hyper Beam here, and Hyper Beam actually did like really good damage. Here comes the Charge Beam here. That almost takes me out thanks to the electric terrain. It's going to get another special attack boost, and now I'm going to eat my Potato Berry. The bad thing is, I would have loved to have eaten that Potato Berry and then used Hyper Beam, but it didn't happen. Unfortunately, the bread is going to be recharging this turn. It needs a couple more minutes in the oven, and Dachsbun is going to be fainting there. So I've got 4 more Pokemon to go. I haven't even taken a Pokemon out. Things are looking pretty bad right now. So into the Houndoom here. I was like, okay, well, I could just finish this off, or I could go for maybe Kababans here and finish this Pokemon off, because it is quite a threatening Pokemon. So I went for Kababans. Here comes the Charge Beam. I like how the when it used Charge Beam, it actually went into like a little star. That was really cool. So go for Kababans, and that is the end of the Comet there. So really, really cool Pokemon. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think which of these forms I like the best. I still can't decide. Next Pokemon is going to be the Frostorona, which is Frostmoth. So now I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch here. Excellent damage. Really, really good damage there. And it's going to go for a Leech Life. It's a physical Frostmoth, which is pretty cool. Sort of brings me back to my old Sword and Shield days, when I did like the Snom and the Frostmoth evolution team. So that's half my team down now. This is bad. So going to Arcanine here, like real talk, I could take this out with an Ember. I wish I had Ember, but I don't. And it's definitely going to be a swap. So the sticky web on the field was a little bit annoying too, because it made like basically my entire team like really, really slow. So Frostmoth is going to be fluttering out of that matchup there, and Masquerade is going to come back in, the Masquerade. Now, this is pretty funny. So Masquerade swaps into a Fire Blast, right? I missed a Fire Blast, and man, that sucks. Masquerade goes for a Hydro Pump here and misses, and then I went for a Fire Blast on this turn, and it lands like, wow, I'm so lucky that Hydro Pump did land. I did have Assault Vest, though, but it would have been interesting to see, you know, if I would have lived that attack. So bye-bye, Masquerade. It's very good there. Get rid of that little thing. Next Pokemon's going to be the Frostmoth. Like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. I wait for the Fire Blast here. I get the best idea. I actually had the most galaxy brain idea when I seen Terror on these Moth Pokemon, right? I was thinking, why wouldn't you run a Terra for electric? Because you could have the light bulb on its head, like the Moth and the light bulb. That's so good. Someone out there that's watching this video right now, you got to do a Terra electric on the Moth to have the light bulb on the Moth. Anyway, so I'm going to hit there by a rock type Terra, which is really cool. I didn't expect that one, and the fire misses, of course. Now it's like, you know what? I'm not losing to a rock with a Moth with a rock on its head. So I'm going to rock with a Moth on its head. Anyway, it's the same thing, right? The rock's on the top, the Moth's on the top. Doesn't really matter. So go for the Terra Blast here. I've got my Jester hat on. Clown mode has been activated here. It really does, or Jester mode has been activated. And I'm going to go for my own Terra Water move here. Now, Terra Blast is not going to be super effective anymore on Arcanine, so I managed to live that attack, you know, rather nicely. And now I can get my own Terra Water move off on the little moth over there. That's going to be super effective too. So that's the end of the Frost Rock. So I've got 3 more Pokemon to deal with here. I've got my Arcanine's not very fast, so I think I'm going to get, like, Revenge KO'd. Next Pokemon is going to be Volcarona. I don't have any idea what this set's going to be. It's going to be a physical set going for Trailblaze. That is the end of Arcanine, so it's going to get a speed boost too. Not that it really mattered too much. I don't think I was outspeeding any other Pokemon. So bye-bye Arcanine. A quality performance there. You took out, like, a Frostmoth in Pokemon. You know, a really sound achievement. Next Pokemon I'm going to bring is going to be Lycanroc. I've got Rock Blast. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to attack this Pokemon. I need to take it out. So here comes the Trailblaze from Volcarona. Considering that, you know, it's a base attack, that actually did a fair bit. I went for Rock Blast. Like, okay, well, Rock Blast, this should be like a 2-hit KO. And I just threw one rock at it. It was a critical hit. It took out Volcarona's entire family tree. So that's the end of Volcarona. We've got 2 more Pokemon left here. That was cruel, though. That's like so mean. It's like a crit on one move. We've got the Brawlerona coming in. It's going to go for first impression, and that wrecks me. I was like, dang, like there's nothing I could have done there. So that's the last Pokemon on my team, and we've got Houndstone here. It's like, okay, Houndstone. All right, I can do this, people. I can somehow do this. So I'm going to get my speed drop there. Once again, not that it really mattered too much, and it's going to go for a Flame Charge. It's a definite physical set. So Flame Charge, first impression. So I went for Body Press. Yeah, it doesn't really do enough damage. I mean, Hex isn't going to do much either. Like, I knew that either one of my moves is going to do absolutely nothing. So the Brawlerona, they call it Volcarona again, the Slither Wing is going to slither around my Hex there. Like, you can see, like, I cannot do a dang thing to this. So another a Flame Charge there. Probably 2 more Flame Charges will finish Houndstone. I'm going to go for a Hex here. I need 1 more Hex. And then I can get some big puppy pecs. So I'm going to go for the rest here. I've got the Chesto Bray. I can wake up and finish off with any other attacking move, like Body Press, Hex. It doesn't even matter what I do here, right? It's just been really fun to use this Houndstone set as something different than the Last Respect set. Like, I'm being serious. Like, try this in competitive. It actually isn't all that bad. You really surprise your opponents. I'm not joking about that. I'm pretty serious. So here comes the Flame Charge there. Flame Charge number 3000. I'm going to go for the Body Press there, and we're going to go and finish off the Brawlerona. I feel like a ghost Pokemon using Body Press would just like slide through it and do no damage. Last Pokemon is going to be the Venomoth, and Venomoth is going to put me to sleep. Oh, I wish I still had my Chester, bro. That would have been like, no, you. Anyway, so I'm going to be sleeping here, and I'm sleeping, got them eyes closed, and Venomoth is going to go for a Quiver Dance. So at the moment, I'm getting set up on it, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, okay, what troll move is this Pokemon going to have? Like, you watch this. So Houndstone's going to be sleeping again for the 2nd time in a row, and Venomoth is going to be going for Acid Spray. Now, Acid Spray isn't super effective. It's not even neutral. It's not very effective. However, it's going to drop my special defense 2 stages. Now, this turn, I'm going to wake up. I went for the Will-O-Wisp there because I thought, you know what? I'll get that Will-O-Wisp and Hex combination going. Hex will do double base power. Body Press is going to do donkeys, right? So now Venomoth is going to pop a Psybeam. Only up here, I shut it. It almost took me out. I'm not losing to a Psybeam Venomoth. That's just mean. So anyway, this is the last turn here. It's going to finish me off with the Acid Spray, and that is the end of Houndoom. And rest in peace on its head. And that is the end of the dog Pokemon team. Hope you really enjoyed it, people. I'll be back for another video tomorrow. Peace out.